Okay, this is a quick Tracer video because replays reset very soon. So we're just going to be having a look at Tracer, telling you what you could have done because you didn't really know what to look for, so that's completely fine. When it comes to Tracer, in my opinion, there are way too many like fundamentals, ideas to even cover. But the basic ones, in my opinion, are knowing who to shoot, knowing how to angle, so your positioning, and then finally Tracer mechanics. So that's your pulse bump, that's your blinks, that's your knowing how to duel, how to use melees, how to use blink, you know, all that kind of stuff. So those are the three ways I like to break it down. Okay, whenever you play Tracer, you need to have a look at the comps. You need to have a look at your comp and you need to have a look at the enemy comp once it's 15 seconds into the game and you can view it, okay? So when it comes to your comp, we have nobody that can assist us in diving. Maybe Reaper if he's on an angle. So the only thing I will be looking at in this game is really, you know, where are my supports? So do I need to go back for healing? Probably not. I just want to grab health packs. And then also, where is my Reaper? Is my Reaper flanking? Can I follow up on what my Reaper is doing to get a kill? That's it, okay? Don't give a shit about anything else on our team. Enemy team, okay. Venture, tricky matchup. Illari, tricky matchup. Tracer, I probably want to take the duel. Why? Because my backline is a little bit squishy. My backline is relatively easy to kill for their team if the Venture goes in, and I don't want the Tracer joining them. So I want to take the Tracer duel, but at the same time, will the Illari be split from the Ana? If they're split, I can go for one of them. If the Illari doesn't have her pylon, I can go for her, okay? That's how you decide whether you should go for the backline or not. Is it a squishy backline? Not really. Is your backline more squishy? Is your backline threatened? Yeah, okay, I'll take the Tracer duel. So we have an idea now from the comps what we should be doing. Taking the Tracer duel and looking out, is our Reaper going on anyone? Or is anyone isolated? Then I can go for them. So we're taking a flank route here, and I honestly think what you can do is you can go around here to the side. The reason why I would recommend you to start going around to the side is because it means you're unseen, and if you're unseen, people cannot prepare for you. If they cannot prepare for you, it becomes easier for you to get a kill. So if you go here, you start crouching here, you start looking, maybe the Tracer walks out like this, maybe she tries to take the angle and you get the jump on her. Why? Because she doesn't know that you're coming from here, she can't see you. Okay, so make sure to crouch also because they can hear your footsteps. Fine, we're taking the duel, we blink out. One small thing. I'm going to introduce a few Tracer mechanic things one at a time, because if I do too much at once, it's going to be overwhelming for you. Good trigger discipline. Trigger discipline simply means making sure your crosshair is actually on the player. However, right, what you do is you end up reloading in open space. You should never ever reload in open space. This blink, right, should have come first. So you blink first and then you reload behind cover, because there's no benefit to you being exposed whilst you're reloading. So that's a key thing when it comes to Tracer mechanics. We're grabbing a health pack, I like that. Again, I would be honestly crouching, because if people can hear you walking this way, they know to expect you. We're taking a long flank, I like this. Now let's look about how we pick our target. Okay, so this was very risky. So here, you need to be just perma-crouching, right? Or crouch and then time when you're going out, because you need to make sure people can't hear you again. So you go out, unlucky, Tracer's with her support, she can see you. As soon as I see 3 people here and the Illari pylon, I'm thinking, am I going to get a kill? Let me ask you, do you think you're going to get a kill here? No. Okay, so if you're not going to get a kill here, what should you do? Of course, you should make sure you're not taking too much damage here, and I would just blink this way. Therefore, we can continue the flank. We can eliminate the pylon, right? Instead of, look at what you do. We end up staying, we end up trading a little bit, and so our recall gets forced. Imagine if we had even just blinked this way, you know? So 3 people can't see us. What if we blink this way? The Tracer chases us, we can trade with her, sure. But then we could just go back and get a health pack. Whereas here, you end up getting your recall forced. So you need, when you turn a corner, things like that, you need to assess, am I actually in danger here? You know, am I going to get a good trade? And this is the position you want to be in. What you're doing right now, I love it, you know? And so here, as soon as you see that the Tracer's with her Ana, you got to get out of there. But you don't have time to get out. And why? Because we used our recall, okay? So it all starts with when we turn this corner here. It's a decent flank, but as soon as we realize we're not in a position to trade here, we don't want to get our recall force, we just have to go back. So you have to be more disciplined with your engagements and deciding to commit. Also, we haven't even looked at our Reaper once so far. Okay, so we're trading again, and what I'm noticing is that Ana is always with her Tracer. Sorry, the Tracer, she's always with her Ana. So we end up getting caught in a lot of 2v1s. What can I do instead? Well, maybe I can try and lure the Tracer away on a separate angle. Maybe I can start looking for the Illari. I can hear the Tracer, nice. Okay, yep, so there you can see you're getting shot by the Ana. Maybe if I want to fight the Tracer, I want to lure her out here. I want to try and grab a health pack here, make the Tracer fight me. Where's the health pack? Here it is. Yeah, so maybe I want to make the Tracer fight me here. Because then if I can force the Ana to come all the way this way, now it's a 2v1, sure, but if I can stay alive, my team has the advantage. So taking 2v1s is not always bad if you can lure people away, if you can get an advantage for your team. However, if you're playing in Plat, Diamond, whatever, if you're below Masters, distraction doesn't work. Distraction simply doesn't work. Like, your team is too shit to take advantage of it. Okay. When it comes to your trace mechanics, again, let's touch on another thing, which is like the use of blink melee, because we're a little bit all over the place. Okay, so here, for example, a good thing you can do straight away is just once you finish your reload, you could go for a blink melee. She's blinked behind you, which is fine. So whenever you're in a situation like this, right, the best thing to do, in my opinion, if you trust your aim, is to just blink backwards, because look where she blinks. She blinks behind you. So what happens if she blinks behind you? She tries to melee like this, but you have copied the blink. You have blinked backwards, right? Blinking backwards means you don't have to turn your camera. She has to turn her camera, so it becomes harder for her to aim. If you just blink backwards and you land here, boom, it's a one clip, boom, it's a kill. So there's another tip for your Tracer 1v1s. We're a little bit messy here. We're getting panicked. You know, the Tracer, she's got her advantage. That was really nice what you tried there. Unfortunate thing is we keep getting our recall forced. So what I want to do is I want to skip a little bit ahead. See if is there anything else we can pick up now. Because now we have a Roadhog. We have a Kiri, Baptiste. Sure, so the situation's not changed that much. That's fine. Now we're going on a flank. We want to look for a target. And now your backline is not really that squishy anymore. You have the Kiri to fight the Tracer, so you should be looking to really get rid of the pylon or find an isolated target. Okay. Sure. So this is where I can introduce another concept to you. That concept is going to be called sight maxing. Basically, you're min-maxing the angle you can be seen from compared to the angle that you can see. And this is the basic idea of positioning. How much can I see versus how much of me can they see? Okay. So the first problem is, I think you use too many blinks to get in here. What I mean by that is, right now you should be walking. Right now you should, like, you have 3 blinks, so you can use 1 blink here and assess the situation first. Who do I actually want to go for? Again, it's that situation where there's 3 people in front of us. Do I want to engage onto 3 people alone with no like trigger, with no Q? No, I don't want to do that. So what can you do instead, right? In my opinion, one thing you can do is you can maybe, the angle is not great here, but the idea would be you want to be in a position, maybe you stand on this corner here, where you can shoot the pylon, but they can't see you. See? They can't see you. So you blink here, you get rid of the pylon, you blink back. 2 blinks used, pylon is dead, we don't have to use recall, we're still in a good position to use pulse bomb. Also, the fact that you have pulse bomb means we should be thinking about how to set up a good pulse bomb, okay? I guarantee you can win this fight because no one's dead, you have a window, you can win this fight with pulse bomb alone. Literally, blink forward, pulse the Illari, it will probably kill 1 at least, if not 2. If you want to learn how to pulse bomb properly, watch my video that I'll send you on pulse bombs. It's 10 minutes long, and within 10 minutes you'll know how to do a perfect pulse bomb. So here, really, really easy opportunity to blink into the Illari, blink into the Ana, go for a pulse bomb, you kill 1 if not 2. So here, you can see, right, you're trying to get rid of the pylon, but you spend too long out in the open, and this means you're going to get forced away, or your recall is going to get forced. You get forced away, you have to blink, and now, so you blink away, use all your blinks, use your recall as well, right? And this could have been avoided by sight maxing, by minimizing the angle they can see you from and maximizing the angle you want to see, which is just blink here, get rid of the pylon, get out. Same thing if you're going for a duel, right? Let's say you wanted to duel this Illari, okay? Would you blink here to duel this Illari? No, because this would place you between the Illari and the Tracer. So have a think, where could you blink to instead? I'll give you a few seconds to think. 3, 2, 1. You could blink here because now you get to avoid the Tracer, but you get to shoot the Illari. Then if you think the Tracer is going to come behind you, right? So if Tracer's here and you're here, where do you blink to next? You blink to here. Actually, no, you don't blink to here. You maybe blink to here. So now you have this kind of cover. You know, if the Tracer is going to catch up to you, then you can maybe blink here, so you get this kind of cover. People might come from here though, so you maybe crouch here, shoot the Illari. But the point is you're minimizing where they can see you from, and that's something I don't think you're thinking about enough. You're taking these disadvantaged duels with no kind of objective, no reason why you're doing that. Nice pressure on the Tracer. She's recalled. Oh my god, chase her down, chase her down. Whoa, gotta be really careful here. So again, the mechanics, not spot on. Right, okay. So if the Tracer's running away, where do I expect? One thing you should do, in my opinion, always, is you should blink melee first. Okay? this is what you'll see pro tracers do a lot. So I'll show you what I mean. So another mechanic we're touching on, the idea of blink melee in a duel. Okay, straight away you should blink melee and then shoot. Why should you do that? One, it means you get an instant 40 damage without the tracer escaping. Two, if you blink melee and you land here, is it easier or harder to land your clip on the tracer if she's in your face, right? If you can see more of her hitbox in your face. It's easier. You blink melee, you clip her. You blink melee, if she blinks away, no problem. Melee animation ends. You blink, you clip her. Whereas look at what you do. You're trying to shoot, then you're trying to blink melee, so your blink melee's late. You're trying to shoot, trying to blink melee, your blink melee's late. Right? So think about blink meleeing first, then clipping her, and also predicting where she's going to go. Those are the main things that we've covered so far. I'm trying to point you in the right direction, trying to give you a few things to work on. Okay, next thing is going to be looking, a couple more looks at, let's look at your pulse bomb. Panic pulse bomb happens. Not going to say anything on that. We're kind of in there looking for a pulse bomb. He doesn't have roll, which is why he dies, but I don't think you predicted that he doesn't have roll. So we've got to be a bit more calculated with our pulse bombs. Nice pulse bomb. So at the moment, pulse bombs are very reactionary. We're not planning them, which is more reason for me to send you my pulse bomb video so you can check out what makes a good pulse bomb, how to plan them, how to win more fights. Because although now you've traded 2 for 2, it's still a bit of a coin flip. Whereas if you get the pulse bomb kill early on, suddenly it becomes a lot easier for your team. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send you that pulse bomb video right now. Actually, 1 second. Okay, and then this will be, we're going to conclude it here. So in my opinion, there's we've talked about the mechanics that you need to think about, especially in Tracer 1v1s, like blinking back, like your blink melees, trigger discipline. Then we've also talked about the angles that you're taking, right? We want to be sight maxing a little more often, right? Like with the pylon. And then another thing we said is that the pathing that you're taking, you can take wider pathing, you can remain a bit more hidden, or a bit more unseen, and this will make it easier for you. Then we've also talked about target priority, right? Not just blinking into 3 people and expecting to get kills. Trying to select the target, trying to apply pressure to the right people. So those are the main things we've covered. If you have any questions, please do let me know. I'll be happy to answer them. And also let me know your thoughts on what we've covered and if you can apply what we said.